Not working. It happens, eh?
Wow. What an introduction. Where did you get that from? Can you please-
It's a secret.
Thank you so much. Well, I've got a tough order here. Now I know how the DA feels. Having to speak after presidents. Well, such an honor and a privilege to be here. Thank you so much, ma'am, for that wonderful introduction. I don't know who I gave that biography to or who hasn't, but thank you so much for that. Just to touch on what she just said. So when she said that I decided to graduate from UNISA, that's just me saying I dropped out. I don't think he was ever graduated within 2 months. Today's topic is all about the idea around inspiration. What inspires us as human beings? What makes us do the things that we think were impossible? In preparation for this talk, I spent about 2 weeks reading and rereading and listening to one of my favorite philosophers. And he said something so profound years ago that still resonates with me today, and I believe it can make a difference in your own life as well. He said that envy is ignorance and imitation is suicide. This philosopher went by the name of Ralph Waldo Emerson. What does that mean? That envy is ignorance and imitation is suicide. In those 2 sentences, he is telling us that the moment we look at someone and envy their gifts or something they can contribute to the world, we are ignorant of our own talents and our own contributions that we can have in the world. And imitation is suicide means that the more time we spend in trying to be someone else is the more we kill ourselves, or we commit suicide, as he would say. In all my years of studying human behavior, human relationships, what makes the brain tick, what inspires people to do what they do, not once have I come across a person that does not have an internal mission that they're here to serve in the world. Sometimes we forget that. Sometimes we think, I need to have a certain profession or I need to have a certain title to make a certain difference in the world. And again, it goes back to Ralph Waldo Emerson's quote that the moment we spend in trying to make a difference through titles or through a specific financial position is the more we kill ourselves. Is this true or false? Well, let me ask you this, what if I gave you this opportunity to come work at this nice company? And your task is very simple, Rick. Very, very, very simple. Your task is to push a wheelbarrow from Monday to Friday, 4 hours a day. And at the end of the week, every single Friday, I will pay you 1 million rand in cash. Let me repeat that again. Simple job, push a wheelbarrow 4 hours a day, Monday to Friday. Come Friday, at the end of the 4 hours, your bank notification goes, ding, 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 1 million rand. How long would you do that job for?
Okay.
He says forever. My question again is, what is your time frame in which you will do that job? Every single Friday you get paid. You're free to leave anytime. Contract does not say 10 years, 5 years, 3 months, but every Friday you're getting paid 1 million rand. That's 4 million every single month. How long would you do the job for? A year, 3 months. Who else has a different answer? 1 week. Online, is there someone with a different answer?
What's in the wheelbarrow?
What's in the wheelbarrow? That's a good question. Nothing too heavy, no drugs, no nothing, just sad. Simple job, just 4 hours a day. How long would you do that job for?
10 years.
For 10 years. So how much is that converted?
Ooh,
So
a
every
lot
year
of
you're making
millions.
what?
A lot.
So you're making 48 million a year, times that by 12 is how much?
It's a lot.
It's a lot of money. Would you still do it? Are you still going to do it for 10 years? Okay. Here's the thing, is that we're all inspired by something that is more than money. And we all go to work, not for the sake of money, but to fulfill a deeper mission than money. You see, in that scenario, we all have a different timeline as to how long you would do that for, because in the back of our minds, we have that idea. If I have that 1 million, this is what I'm going to do with my time. And this is what I'm going to do going forward. But the question always remains, why wait for that opportunity for that 1 million to come? When every day you've got 24 hours with the decision to say, okay, what do I do with my time today that will bring the greatest difference in the world? So what stops us from doing that? Again, go back to one my favorite all-time mentor. Whenever I get the opportunity to speak, I always mention his name. His name is Dr. John DeMartini, and he's a world-renowned human behavior researcher. He studied every single field. For whatever field you name, he studied it. That's what he does with his time. And he discovered that every single one of us has what we call a hierarchy of values. We all have these value structures, think of them as a ladder, going down from the highest priority, second highest, third highest, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seven, all the way down to our lowest priorities and lowest values. When we come from a place of our highest priorities and our highest values, we are quick to make decisions. We are quick to look at things from both sides, both negative and positive, integrated and act on it. The lower down we go in those values, the more outside motivation we need. And the symptom of motivation is there to show you that you're living outside of your highest values. So anytime someone needs a higher degree of motivation, it's either of two things. Either you haven't learned how to communicate in their values, or they're perceiving that they're doing something that doesn't contribute to their highest values. So think of your highest values as this intrinsic mission that you were here born to serve. And you might be thinking, well, I'm just the mother of 2 kids. What mission does that have? What difference does that have? Well, who knows the Kennedys?
Mm-hmm.
The mother was a world leader, and she said that her main mission in life is to produce world leaders. And that's what her sons became. Her sons became world leaders because she knew that her main mission in raising the child is to raise leaders. So it's not what is before us, but how we see and interpret what is before us. Some of us sit here and think, well, it's just a Toastmasters meeting. It's just a Toastmasters environment. It's just this place you come to have fun. And so you treat it that way. You don't take it serious. You don't develop something that is there, that if I had to charge you outside of this, a public speaking course, just for 2 days, there are people who pay over 40,000 rand to learn what you learn for something that costs 1,200 rand, that you can take over a course of 12 months. And sometimes we can't take that for granted because we think value is in what you pay, when value is in how you see things, interpret things, and act on those things. What else does this Toastmasters environment give you that you won't get outside of it? How many of us have ever applied for a position and they always say minimum requirement, experience? Do you have a PhD? I don't know what it stands for. Remember, I quit. Right? This is the only environment that says, we're not here to reform you, we're here to give you feedback and grow you. and they say apply for this position, become a president of a club, learn CEO skills. It's the only place I've found that can take an individual and ask them, what is your main mission in life? And you say, well, my main mission is to become a confident speaker. And we say, okay, no problem. Get on the program. Let's make you a confident speaker. You say, I want to communicate better at home. No problem. Come. Let's teach you communication skills. You say, I want to one day grow and be a leader. No problem. Come. Let's teach you to be a leader. So any question, any mission that you have, this environment can answer that for you. But the question always goes back to you, not the external environment. Remember, if you don't learn to take this environment, link it to your highest values or your highest mission in life, this will just be something that has just come along and you've used it somewhere in your life. Yes, my personal experience being in this environment, I've met thousands of different people, met and heard different stories, just like she said. And here's the thing is, life is very funny. When she said that I was born in Mozambique, I learned this truth later on. My mother was pregnant with me, she was 17, and the day of my birth, guess where she was? In Mozambique. She was inside the house, in the kitchen. She started having contractions, and I said, I want to get out. And at that moment, I came out. My uncle was there, he took a pair of scissors, did what he had to do, and I was born. The same way that you got in this environment is the same way that I was born. And 27 years later, I went to school, learning different things. This is the same environment that said, you have a gift. Let's show you how to use that gift, how to put it together. Yes, it will take work, but this environment, if you look at it differently, treat it differently, and find your main mission in life, this environment becomes that foundation that you can use. So just remember that the world is waiting for your unique story to be told. And we all have that unique, inspirational story that needs to be told. So find that uniqueness within you and take on the world, because every single one sitting in this room has that mission that they need to fulfill. Thank you so much.